Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. I just wanted to say a couple things. I'll make it as brief as I can, but you know that's not my strong suit. Hang on while I cough. I always have to get on here and cough. It's part of the routine. I didn't even need to that bad. Maybe it's just a weird habit I have now. Okay, today I decided to get down and get some birdseed, and then while I was at Ralston's Hardware, established in 1888, right on the main street of Conneaut Lake, right on Water Street, Richard helped me, and I found a bird feeder and stuff, and then I came home and found out how to make one homemade. Oh well. I did make something homemade, and that's what I want to tell you about today, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, this evening. I made a homemade bird bath, and right now it's kind of goofy. I was going to video it, but okay, I looked online how to do this. I don't really, honestly, I have to tell you, I've never been a bird person. Not that I hated birds or anything. I even had finches in Houston. I used to hang them outside in the day on my porch, and somebody thought it'd be cute to let them go, so that was nice. Anyhow, where was I? Yeah, not that I loathe birds by any stretch. I'm a little bit afraid of larger birds, to be honest. You know, I don't like to go into a pet store when they're sitting there looking at you, and it's frightening as hell. But yeah, lately, I don't know, I've found an affinity toward these beasts because probably of the cats, bringing them in half dead, and then we save them, we put them in the healing tree, and they fly away. I'm convinced that one of these little brown birds, I think it's a finch or something, is madly in love with me now because I saved its life, and it goes around with its partner and eats the food on the ground, which used to be Sebastian the hamster's food. Now I've splurged for a bag of seed, which will probably last 5 years. Okay, so then I made this bird bath, and what I did was, a mother next door has a plethora of everything, and of course, as you know, it's all alphabetized. You know, really, her garage is, it used to be more immaculate than it is now, and only because she's ready for those people to come in and work on her basement and has everything in the garage, but still very orderly. I asked her if she had any extra flower pots, and she did, and was, oh my word, yes, take them. So, I had this old table out here, and I put it under this tree, and I put an old towel on it, and then on top of that, there's this round, real heavy, like brick material, round brick, whatever, that has a hippie flower painted on it. And I put that down to sort of stabilize things, and then I flipped a flower pot upside down. It's a real pretty flower pot, too. It's already painted, blah, blah, blah. And then I took one of those deals that you put underneath your actual flower pots, ladies and gentlemen, so the water, you know, can run into that little dish thing. I don't know what it's called, a trough or something. And I looked online that birds should only have at the most 2.5 inches of water. And they need to drink it and stuff near their bird feed. And they like to bathe a bit and splash around. And so I flipped the flower pot over, and then I put that round trough, I guess, you know, flower pot trough on top of it. And I had some rocks, because I paint on rocks, little rocks, you know. And then I made it so they can stand up and get in there and splash wildly. I'm dying for one to come over here and bathe. And then I put the feed, I sprinkled some around on that table. The thing is with these finches, or whatever, I'm just going to call them finches, I think they're finches, is they don't seem that attracted to eating in the air, kind of like to flying up. I don't know what maybe they're just used to me feeding them on the ground. Could that be it? Can some of my bird watching people, bird experts, please let me know. That was number one. I'm just going to make this into two things here. My friend Mick loves it when I talk about conspiracies, but I do want to say something really serious about conspiracies. Okay, and even like non-conspiracies that sound over the top, and therefore it turns everybody off when you talk about it. This is what I've been trying to say lately, and I don't know if I'm making my point or not, is that these things go too far. I mean, like, it's bad enough that the Federal Reserve runs our lives and stuff, and it's a private banking cartel, so to speak. But can we just hold off, even if it's true, ladies and gentlemen, can we hold off on the satanic cult aspect that might be behind this? Because really, you know, I'm not totally sure, maybe you are, but I'm saying, when you say stuff like that, it gives the rest of us conspiracy theorists a bad name. When you launch right into the most hideous aspect, you immediately take the listener clear to the worst case scenario. They're like, oh my God, this person's crazy. I just don't believe him or her. So, what's another example? It's just the way we word things. Like, when you say chemtrail now, people tune out. I think we should maybe switch our language to like geoengineering, which has been admitted to, and they claim it's for good reasons, to protect our atmosphere from X, Y, and Z, and then it's probably not really for good reasons. There's things in that are, excuse me, I felt like something flew into my eye. In that, like aluminum and whatnot, that is harmful. So, can we just, my fellow tinfoil hat wearers, and you know I love you because I am one, can we just maybe gently yet effectively, like, let me give you another example. You know how I'm reading these ancient alien type books. Like I said, I really don't believe anything anymore. I'm not a belief type person, but I enjoy it. It's an interesting theory, and it's fun, okay? And I like the ancient texts and old languages and old civilizations and jazz like that. If I would have come out in a video and just said, oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm reading a book, and we were seeded by aliens. They totally tinkered with Homo erectus and created us. That's the real story. Everything else is fake. You would have, like, run for the hills. You might be running for the hills just with my gently letting you know about the books, letting you know about these various people that have studied the language. Like, can we just rein it in a bit and casually explain ourselves to people without making them clutch their pearls and gallop to the hillside, please? That's my request. Okay, Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. And please join me in dropping your political affiliations and concentrating on issues. And for the love of humanity, join together and save the world. One person at a time. Love you.